we're back with another episode of Lakers Latest. The regular season is finally over. It's Gerald Glassford. Come right back at you here for the Lakers Fast Break. Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts. I'll have a new episode up Monday for you guys. Josh and I will record early West Coast time for that to happen, but also wanted to make mention what's available right now on the Pop Culture Cosmos, wherever you get your podcasts, and that is your pop culture questions answered. More of them from TJ Johnson and I as we cover the questions that are often asked to us about the Star Wars realm, Marvel, Game of Thrones, video games, and more. So go ahead and check it out today, right there where you get your podcasts. Also, want to give a big shout out to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Yo, also as well, I think I'm going to be on I Got Next Sports Media with my friend Legend tomorrow, or at least soon. Give him a shout out as well. Want to give a shout out to everybody that has supported us throughout the entire regular season. It has gone by all too quick. There's been a lot of ups, been some downs, but I am glad to have gone through it with everyone out there indeed. But want to get to the final thing right now, courtesy of El Rosto. Big shout out to him. Big shout out to also as well. Before we get into the contest, I'm going to go ahead and give a big shout out to the guys who have been on the mods, all my mods, SB, Mr. Vari right there for you, Mark, AK Xbox, the legend himself. Also want to go ahead and make sure, as far as Search and Destroy, JSJ, everybody who's been a mod and done a great job this year. I truly cannot thank you enough for modding our community. Cannot thank you enough for doing what you do on a daily and weekly basis here at the Lakers Fast Break. Also want to go ahead and give a big shout out to Joe, to Legend, to John Costa, Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner, Joe Sorrell, the Joe Sorrell Experiment. They have been here the majority of time, and Legend as well. Want to give those guys a big shout out because they take the time out of their day. In the case of Legend, late at night and early in the morning to go ahead and talk basketball with you guys as much as they can right here at the Lakers Fast Break. So without further ado, Thiero per se, it is time to give away Drip Show at Drip Show Shop right there. Want to go ahead and check it out today at Drip Show Shop right there. If you want one of these bad boys and you do not have the luck with you, the force is not with you today, go ahead and stop on by at Drip Show Shop on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube right there. And you can ask to see how you can get one of these bad boys right there for you indeed. I'll just keep this right by here for a second. And then, of course, he also does pillows right here with Kobe and Gigi. Don't forget the canvas arts that are sitting right behind me with Luca, Kobe, and LeBron. He does a lot more stuff as well. Go ahead and reach out. If you have an idea in pop culture or sports that you want to make happen, go ahead and reach out to my man today at Drip Show Shop on social media indeed. And big shout out to El Rosto, who financed this to make this happen. Big shout out to him as well. And all the guys that are there on a daily basis on Discord. Big shout out to you guys on the Lakers Breakfast Discord as well. So with that, Joe, I'm waiting for you, my friend. But in the interim, before we go ahead and talk about today's game, I do have a giveaway to go ahead and run by. Tried to find a program that would help me do this. Think I found one. So I got it geared up. Gonna go ahead and give it a start right here. Coming up for you guys. Who will be the lucky winner? We will go ahead. I don't like advertisements. Here we go. Well, unless I'm getting paid for it. Here we go right there, right now. So who will win? Who will win right now as far as the, look at that. There we go. The winner is Tough So. Tough So is the winner. Yay, Tough So. You are the winner of the Young Mamba skate deck right there for you. The Young Mamba skate deck is yours, Tough. You won right there. Congrats, Tough. You won. Well deserved, my friend. You've been a great supporter of the Lakers Fast Break. One of these bad boys is coming at you. Go ahead. I know I probably have your address somewhere, but Tough, if you can, go ahead and re-email me. I'll get you in touch with Chris, who is the man behind at Trip Show Shop on social media, so he can go ahead and we can coordinate on getting you your young Mamba Skate Duck, because you are the grand prize winner of the skate deck right there from at Trip Show Shop, and also as well El Rosto as well. So congratulations, Tough. You are the winner of the skate deck right there, indeed. So wanted to go ahead and mention that. Get that other. John Costa was in the didn't leave it off. Don't worry, Joe. No worries. I think it just don't worry about it. I took care of it. I once I was told what was going on, hey, I relaxed. I didn't end up. I was enjoying the night with the family after they watched the Bruno Mars concert and didn't see what was going on. And no worries, all good, all good. So yes, I put out an abbreviated, took off the 1 hour of blank nothingness and reposted it. So it's no harm done. I just appreciate you guys covering for me. I may need you guys to cover again for me if there's a Saturday game for the Lakers, because I will be at WrestleMania on Saturday, indeed. But again, the Lakers finish out the regular season against the Utah Jazz. And when you know, with all the players that were playing for the Lakers, because LeBron was going to be in there for a bit, most of the starters were going to be in there for a bit, minus, of course, Luca and Austin, Jackson Hayes as well. You could tell who was going to win because Utah did not want to win. So they didn't put out any players of really any substance out there outside of Ace Bailey is concerned. So with that, you could tell who was going to win because Google had the Lakers at a 90% chance of winning. And the Lakers, again, right from the get-go, they in the this you know what? I understand we don't have Luca. I understand we don't have Austin, but this has been nice and relaxing to have 3 straight easy victories to close out the season. Lakers from the get-go up by 10 at the first quarter, up by 17 at the half, and yeah, from there it just kept rolling. They won all 4 quarters and dusted off. It was garbage time, garbage right there from the get-go at 131 to 107. The only question was who would win in San Antonio with Denver and San Antonio. I know that most of the Denver uh, rotation was out except for Nikola Jokic, who had to play, I guess, 18 minutes. I thought it was 20, but I guess it was 18. Who would win? So would the Lakers finish third or fourth? Well, Denver won by 10. So the Lakers finished 1 game behind and they finished fourth. So they will be hosting the first round series against the Houston Rockets. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get Vern. It's garbage time. Connect always plays well in garbage time. It's got to focus when it matters. I said I said one of the things in during the Discord. I think you got to hypnotize them and tell them it's garbage time, so maybe you can come to as far as in a regular time and produce. But yeah, it's a long way back for Connect, and I'm not sure it's going to be with the Lakers. But we can evaluate that as the postseason goes on and into the summer, as far as who will stay, who will go. But for now, the Lakers gear up for a playoff run. We don't know when Austin's coming back. We don't know when Luka's coming back. We should have Jackson back ready to rock and roll for the Lakers this weekend, as far as it's concerned. Hopefully, I can get you guys the date on when that will happen because I know Craig was asking earlier during the broadcast. But we will see. But the Lakers close out their season at 53 and 29. Again, the Lakers are number 4 seed in the Western Conference. So for those that thought they were the 4 to be fourth, fifth, whatnot, you know it right there. But I think the amount of wins, the 53 wins, I think is surprising to a lot of people. Myself, I did not expect them to win these many games. I expected to be, I think, fourth or fifth. I'd have to check. It's available on our notes as far as I still left it there, but you have to go scroll way down to find it. But you can see all of our predictions for the guys that are on here regularly on the panel. So you can go ahead and check that and compare to what actually happened. So the first round games, it looks like Saturday it will be the Los Angeles Lakers and the Houston Rockets. So Saturday is the date. So Saturday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time is the start, and that's going to be the first game for the Los Angeles Lakers. So yes, it starts on Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. So I will be at WrestleMania, so hopefully Joe or John can step in for me on that, and hopefully it'll be a good thing indeed when they come in. I will try to make sure that they will not have an hour over their ended show as with leader on that. So yes, we will try to alleviate that. I hope I'll keep my eye out this time on that. But once again, it is the Lakers fast break. Yes, I am going to WrestleMania. I found a deal to my liking that was better than the deal that they announced through Pat McAfee and whatnot. And I found a deal. My daughter wanted to go, so one of my daughters wanted to go. So I said, you know what, let's do it. Let's just go ahead and do it. So she's wanted to experience this for a while now, and so we're going to make it happen. So again, I might, if I find comps, I'll probably sell my tickets off, but we'll just have to wait and see. Thank you, JSJ. Truly appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just hoping to have fun. I'm just hoping my daughter will enjoy it. I've gone twice to WrestleMania. The one here at Caesars back number 9, I think, and then the one in Anaheim. I don't have great memories of either, so this will hopefully be a good experience for me as well. The experiment, just don't put John Joe. You can host, man. I know that the outro works with you, my friends. So we'll see what we can do on that. So again, great to have you here. It is Gerald Glassman right here for the Lakers Fast Break. Truly cannot thank you enough for stopping by. A very relaxing day. I see not a lot of you guys are stopping by because you knew what was going to happen. It's like, okay, the Lakers have won. The end of the season is here. There we go. But the Lakers win 131 to 107. They are 53 and 29, fourth place in the Western Conference. I do want to mention that the final roster spot was filled after they waived Kobe Buffkin, and they've decided to go ahead and move Nick Smith Jr. up from a two-way into a regular spot. And I cannot wait to ask that question to Joe or John or Legend for their thoughts on that. How do you think that Nick Smith Jr.? I had a 4-hour plus discussion today on the text with the Lakerholics and Michael from Lakerholics defending Nick Smith Jr. It's all right. It's meh. It's meh. He's been there the whole time. He hasn't earned the confidence in JJ the entire season. I remember when he did so good against Portland and just fell off from there, and he's been, on the bench or in the G League. But you know, it's okay. Why not? I just I would have hoped for a ball handler, a real ball handler, someone that could go ahead and run the offense. But hey, there's not much out there. I get that. I understand that. So, or maybe they weren't interested as well. So again, we'll have to wait and see how it goes. But I don't even know if Nick Smith Jr. will get any minutes in the playoffs because if he comes out there or Bronny James comes out there during playoff action, which actually might happen, guys, that might be a reality for you. We'll have to wait and see what happens. JSJ said JJ Redick on the Los Angeles Lakers facing the Houston Rockets in the first round. We're going to prepare, we're going to fight, and we're going to try to win the series. I don't want to say JSJ, it's laughable that you would think that. I mean, there's always a possibility. I mean, if LeBron reaches back and continues to play like he has been playing as of late, and you could get some support from a Luke Kennard or for some key support from other players, maybe you could steal 4 out of 7, or maybe you could lengthen it long enough until a Luka or Austin comes back. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to totally dismiss the Lakers on it. They should be the underdog. I will give you that, but I don't want to totally say that they're going to get destroyed 4 games to nothing or in a sweep or something like that. So Stefan says the last stream proved if you ever did a blank, yes, it would still get some watch time. Yes, thank you, Stefan. I truly appreciate it. Yes, Stefan noted that from before, but I did go ahead. It's still available as an unlisted. I just unlisted it and I just re-uploaded the one without the 1 hour of relaxing LFB wallpaper and just I left it at that, but that's funny. But again, it's Gerald Gosford. Thanks so much again for joining me right here. Yeah, the Lakers do play the Rockets in game one of their 4-5 series. And that'll happen on Saturday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. Looking forward to catching what's going on there. And again, it will start at home. The Lakers have the home court advantage in this series. So, what are your thoughts? Are you like JSJ that's already laughing at the prospects the Lakers cannot do this? Do you hold out some hope? Are you channeling your inner Robert Wheeler as far as that's concerned? So, yes. Oh, that's right, Trip Show. I am wearing a really cool shirt because you made this shirt. If you want this shirt or any of the canvas art like right behind me, or the Kobe pillow, or what Tough just won, because congratulations again to Tough. So he won one of these bad boys. Go ahead and make sure you reach out to @TripShowShop on social media, indeed. But yes, Tough, congratulations. You are winner of a Young Mamba skate deck. Please go ahead and email me as soon as possible so I can correlate your information to @TripShowShop, my friend, at Chris. So we can go ahead and do that. Yes, you won. Yes, you won. We did a drawing at the beginning of the show. It randomized or randomizer, internet randomizer thingy mabobber. And yes, it picked you as the winner. So congrats, Tough. You are the winner of the Young Mamba skate deck, indeed. So yes, because you're a subscriber to Lakers Fast Break. That's how you did it. There you go. But here today to go ahead and discuss what's going on with the Lakers, the signing of Nick Smith Jr., and what's up ahead for the Lakers with the Lakers and Rockets on Saturday. Good man indeed. It is, of course, the guy behind the Joe Soro experiment. A little bit disappointed because the Dodgers lost, but you know what? 11-4, still a great start to the season. It is Joe Soro. Joe, great to have you here. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on that. Let's get started with the game itself. I mean, the game itself was never in doubt. Uh, Utah throwing out some scrubs out there. The Lakers had to play some starters just in case to see what was going on. They were scoreboard watching. It went down to the final minutes, but yeah, Denver really never lost that lead. So with that, the Lakers find themselves on Saturday in a 4-5 matchup at home against the Houston Rockets. And with that, before I get into Nick Smith Jr. and Rob Pelinka and all that, I wanted to ask your thoughts on this. There's already some negativity or some outright dismissal that the Lakers can do anything in a 7-game series against the Houston Rockets. Are you as dismissal as well?
Who's complaining now?
No, JSJ, of course. He said that basically his laughter response to JJ's comment.
Yeah, Jay is just not good right now. He's
just not well.
His brain is not working well. It's been like this for a couple months, and I think it's time that we have an intervention and really, really let everybody know that this guy is just not clicking on all cylinders, and it's time for him maybe take a break.
Where's A&E intervention when you need it?
Yeah, that would help.
So what do you think, man?
For today's game, I didn't know if I enjoyed the win or just felt sorry for Utah sucking all the time. And they've never had a first overall pick in the history of their franchise, whether they're in New Orleans or whether they're in Utah. So I don't know what could. Anytime I feel bad about certain things with the Lakers, I think about the Utah Jazz and go, could be worse. The Lakers beating the Rockets without Luka and AR would have to have LeBron James playing like 2020 LeBron James and everyone really, really being invested in every single play. That's probably the only way. However, I'm waiting on to see what happens in the middle of the week. I'm hearing that Luka's coming back in the middle of the week. I don't know what that means, but I'm just trying to figure out what's going on in Europe and how that's going to play out.
Last word I got that he was in Slovenia with his visiting his children, and then he's going to hop back to Spain one more time, get some consultation, maybe some extra treatment, and before heading back to the United States. That's the last word I got.
Yeah, that's pretty public in terms of what's going on. I don't know who's feeding the news that. I'm assuming his agent. It might just be him doing what he needs to do to get ready for the second round. I don't know, but if the team is going to be who they are for at least this first series, they have to win both games at home. That's probably going to be the first sign. But likelihood that they win the series if they win the first 2 games at home. If not, then it's going to be an unfortunate climb, because if they end up splitting at home and then Houston wins game 3, the pressure is going to be pretty big on the team in game 4. And if Houston ends up going up 3-1, they probably close it out.
Stefan, I don't think it was a season high for Adu or Bronny. I think both have scored over 8 and 11 respectively. I think Adu scored 10 the other day. Remember when he missed 5 of 10 free throws, but I think he had enough to score 10 points in that game. I think Bronny scored more than 11 in a game this year, but I don't know how much you really want to take it with a grain of salt, depending on who they were playing against, Joe. Right? Am I correct? Because really, just look at the lineup Utah was throwing out there today.
Yeah, it was week 18 of the NFL season for teams that are not going to be in the playoffs. It was pretty bad. I thought Spurs played like bums.
I noted this on Friday, Joe, on my Lakers.
I thought they played like cowards today, by the way.
168 players were either listed as ill or injured that did not play in games on Friday. And I'm assuming that around that, if not more, did today. Just absolutely just a very big black eye for the league. And that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, it's a black eye, but not enough to where they're not getting their billions. So it doesn't really matter. And a bunch of kids were playing today in the stands, right? They're happy to just be there. The tickets were probably cheap. There's a balance there. If they're not gonna get the real fans there, they'll get the so-so fans and the children over there, and they'll pay less, and then they'll get a lot of that money back from concessions, because a lot of these parents throw the most disgusting food down their kids' throats and wonder why they're all jacked up. So this is the other part on why they continue to do well, is even if we're not interested, there's somebody interested somewhere.
At Drip Show Shop, again, all over social media. Go ahead and make sure you check him out today and get what you need to get from him as far as pop culture or sports related merchandise and items that he's got right there. He can customize for you. But he is asking, Joe, is Bronny going to get playing time in the playoffs? As much as I hate to say this, with the lack of guards, your choices now are Nick Smith Jr. and Bronny James.
If he is, you're going to see a short series.
I said almost those same words on Discord earlier today.
Yeah, you are. This is not the regular season. This isn't garbage time, and this isn't playing against the bottom dwellers that are trying to tank. This is where the real big boys are going to be exploiting.
And let me ask you this, Joe. The signing today of Nick Smith Jr., Kobe Buffkin was waived. Nick Smith Jr. was bypassed one time before, but now it's like, okay, we bypassed you once before, but we're going to bring you on now as far as to give you that contract you've been seeking to stick with the Lakers as far as, for at least the short term. I believe the second year is a team option, but be that as it may, he's a good scorer, but he has not filled the world of JJ with confidence as far as all season long. And now you're asking him to come in as an additional guard. I mean, the signing to me is like, it's all right, but you already ignored him one time and you signed Kobe Buffkin because you thought that was a better option, Rob Pelinka. And now you're going ahead and doing this as a makeup, as a make do. The thing is, Joe, these guys, Bronny or Nick Smith Jr., handling the ball against playoff level defense, that scares the hell out of me.
There has to be a 7-man rotation at best in this, and that includes Jackson Hayes, who hasn't played for a while. It's going to be Jackson Hayes coming off the bench. LaRavia will probably start, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how that plays out with Luke Kennard going in and out. I don't mind either one starting at that point. And then you have to maybe throw in at this time, because you're out Austin Reeves and Luka. Probably have to throw out maybe Jared Vanderbilt, but he's going to get destroyed. Vanderbilt and Bronny, and obviously Connect and those guys will get barbecued. They might even have to go down to 6. Honestly, Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard and Rui Hachimura are going to have to be really, really, really focused and know that they're probably going to be playing at least 35 minutes in this series each game. Otherwise, you're in major trouble. Major trouble because no one else on this team can play basketball in the playoffs. Jared Vanderbilt has shown he can't. Kleber is kind of washed. Timmy's not really going to be able to do anything.
Timmy's a two-way, so he's not eligible.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Connect is Connect. I don't think I need to explain that. And if Bronny James is in there for more than 10 minutes, you will see a run by the Houston Rockets, and it won't be good.
It's a shame because, again, this time last year, Joe, or during the playoffs, we talked about, and about JJ Redick and how he was criticized because he didn't even use any reserves in one of the most important games of the season. Didn't even use his reserves in the second half of a game in the playoffs. We could be seeing that scenario once again because it just shows how bad or how little resources to trust in the playoffs that the Lakers really have because of the injuries to Luka and Austin.
I don't know what the criticism to JJ is, unless it's his attitude. I never understood the criticism of his coaching. I don't know what else he can do. He's not. Actually, I think he should be commended for winning 53 games with 25 games missed between the 25 games that LeBron and Luka and Austin Reeves didn't play together. Imagine if they had played in those games.
Well, they only played together, I think, about 25 games. All three.
And I gotta look and see what the record was during that time.
Right around that, yeah.
So imagine if they had, I guess it might not matter because the Spurs were ahead a little bit, but it's difficult to assess negativity towards him when he's got 2 back-to-back 50-win seasons and the rosters have been flipped, have been revolving, and injuries have taken out pretty much a quarter of the season for at least a quarter of a season for most of his guys. I don't know what else you would want to do, and it's in the West too. It's in the West. If he was in the East, it'd be a different story. This guy's won 53 games with a discombobulated team, and in the West, he would have sat at 3 if Luka hadn't gotten hurt. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't know what's going to happen in this series. I don't feel like they're going to lose or win. I have no idea at this point. I don't have a feel for it. But I'll tell you this: if Bronny's in there for more than 10 minutes, the Lakers are in big trouble. If Vanderbilt's in there for 10 minutes, they're in big trouble. Those guys are going to get destroyed. Absolutely destroyed.
Lakers win again, 131-107. They finished 53-29 on the season. 4th place in the Western Conference. Their first game is going to be on Saturday against the Houston Rockets, live from the Crypto.com arena. Game 1 will be at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on national television. So go ahead and check it out there. Then come on over here. I think Joe will host the Lakers Fast Break post game. And I will be watching from Allegiant Stadium, I guess, as far as it's concerned, at least have an eye on it per se. But when it comes right down to it, Joe, again, this is where we're at. It's, we're going into the playoffs shorthanded, and our expectations, I think, for you and I are just not high. But as far as having a read either which way, I'm with you on that one because I don't have a read either which way because Houston has had its ups and downs as well. And if LeBron turns back the clock and gets any type of support, we could be seeing a 6 or 7 game series that could go in the way of the Lakers' favor.
They have to win the first 2 games, and then they'll have some momentum and say, okay, confidence, we're good. It's just not going to There can't be really any mistakes in this one. They have to ride it all the way. And it's not because Houston's this formidable team. I mean, they're good, but losing Luka and losing your two of your best three players is just, especially Luka, that's hard to overcome sometimes.
It is. It is, and we're hoping that they can have.
Jay, I don't know. Again, your comments have been absolutely useless, but maybe your hearing is bad too. Maybe you need to check your hearing. That might be the problem. I'm going to say it again. I wasn't in the captain's seat. John Costa was. So next time, when you want to talk and not listen, don't talk at all. Like, be silent, look at the wall, and then think a little bit before you talk. Understand? Good. Thank you. Want to just make that clear.
What's up, Kurt?
Let me say it again. I was not in the captain's seat. I did not have the clicker to end the show. Did you hear that again? Good. Thank you.
The audio audience has no clue what you're talking
after
about.
A shower are very soothing, by the way. just a little bit of a hint if you need something there too.
I could say, hey, G, Joe, and everyone. What's going on, Kurt? Any update on the Nard dog? As far as Luke Kennard? Anything happened to him?
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of either. He's going to be the starting guard right there. He's going to be part of the starting lineup. I know that. Lakers say Bronny J. Kennard can get a little break, avoid any chance. Yeah, they were just held out of the second half. That's all. Yeah, I think they will. Yeah, no, there was no injury. Yeah, they were just held out of the second half to get them some rest. So, and the sad ending. It's Pig says it's so pathetic to be a Lakers fan right now. Sad ending on to the next season. So people have already given up, Joe. What do you say to that?
It's pathetic to be a Laker fan. Why is it pathetic to be a Laker fan? Our team just won 53 games.
17 world championships.
Pathetic is some of the posts tonight. That's pathetic. We are constructive criticism types. We're not sitting here trying to get our jollies off being clickbaiters. See, that's the other thing. I've had a chance to spend some time talking in the world of X here and there, and it's probably one of the worst cesspools of human trash that you'll ever probably encounter. However, there are some useful things there, not much, but some. And when you comment like that, your intelligence then needs to be questioned, because common sense has not arrived at that particular comment. If you're dumb, like mentally dumb, you obviously work around that. There's people out there that have ailments. But if you don't have an ailment and you speak like that, that's what creates the problems. Why stupidity continues to evolve into bigger stupidity. There's nothing wrong with being a Laker fan. The Lakers are the greatest basketball franchise that has ever existed. Ever. Bigger than the Celtics, bigger than the Knicks, bigger than any Olympic team, even bigger than the Dream Team in '92. The Lakers are the standard. Win or lose, they're the standard. And their history has said it, because you could legitimately have an argument. I'm not saying this is the top five, but you have a legitimate argument. You can speak about it and make it make sense, where you could put every single player in the top five being a Laker. That's how big they are. Think about that for a second.
Pig says it's pathetic the way we went out with the injuries to both stars. So basically, we are a fake 4th seed because we don't have the strength of a 4th seed in the Western Conference.
That was a little bit better of an explanation. Okay. Still a bad one. It's still a bad one. I don't know why you're using this word fake, because The team I've seen playing the last few games look like they're playing their asses off, regardless of what's going on. They can't control Lucas' hamstring. They can't control um, Reeves's oblique. So what does that even mean? Fake. What the fuck does fake mean? What's fake is what San Antonio did tonight. That was fake. That was fake. The Dodger game, it's baseball is very difficult to. Baseball was not created for constant dopamine. I don't know any other word to think of. There's a reason why they call baseball the America's pastime. It's there to pass the time because it's this relaxing game that's available every day, 6 days a week, technically. And you're there to enjoy it. That's why a lot of people that I know still listen to the radio because it brings them back to the old Vince Scully days, and they're able to concentrate on doing like tasks and listen to the game at the same time. I can't do that. I have to see the game. But it's not supposed to be what the NBA is, or even the NBA is a long season, but 162 games is a longer season. So you're not supposed to get invested so much. An 11-4 record after 15 games is on pace for 118 wins, and that's that. That doesn't really mean anything right now. You're going to have to enjoy. It's a lot easier to enjoy the Dodger games, win or lose, because you're talking about a team that just won back-to-back championships in a league where it's as difficult to go back-to-back as any other league, which I would have never thought that in a million years 20 years ago. I would have always said football is hard to go back-to-back, but there's been more back-to-back NFL teams the last 26 years than there has been baseball. So we're sitting with house money right now. And I'm not too invested in the regular season other than to take my time, to invest my time in enjoying certain players, certain games, whatever. It was nice, even though Diaz blew the game the other day, seeing a Max Muncy walk-off. I mean, I guess if somebody had come to me and said, hey, man, if I give you Diaz relinquishing a 3-run lead in the ninth, but then Max Muncy hits a walk-off, I'd be out for his third home run. I'd be like, yeah, man, I might have to take that one. So I'm not too worried about the Dodgers at all, and I don't think anybody else should. As far as the Lakers are concerned, the term fake and the term loser or anything like that is ridiculous if you've been watching the games. These guys have been playing their asses off, and JJ Redick deserves all the credit regardless of what happens in the first round. This isn't the first time, and it won't be the last time, that stars get hurt before the playoffs or during the playoffs and end up getting asked out too early. We've already experienced that as a Laker fan base in 2021. We saw KG get hurt in 2009. Tim Duncan got hurt in 2000. This happens once in a while. It's part of the game. And, of course, we've seen it at worse times this last few years, too. The Halliburtons, the Durants. It's part of the game now.
Once again, the Lakers do win 131-107. Kurt. Yes, I did see the end of the Lakerholic show. They made some comments to each other off air. And Tom was very apologetic, but it made for good internet TV. But I will say this, and I have it still up there. So if you guys want to see what I'm talking about after the show, go ahead to watch the Lakers weekend with the Lakerholics crew for the Saturday that popped up on Saturday. It is worth your time. I will tell you that. I will just say this. When I host Kurt now, Kurt, I'm just going to say when I host the Lakerholics show and Laker Tom is there, I try to be as careful as I can. I do not want to kill that man on live internet bank. He is 80 plus years old and he is still very, very adamant in his beliefs. And Jamie has been pushing his buttons ever since those two were into a like Joe is still with his Lakers blog, his Lakers forum, with the LA Times Lakers forum that they used to have over a decade ago. So those guys, yeah, they have been doing this for over a decade, and I've tried to tell Jamie, you gotta watch it, man. He is 80 plus years old and on a pacemaker, and he is just that's not what you want to do. He did it. He did it. He pressed those buttons once again. So if you want to see it, Tom didn't die, but he was very angry at Jamie, to say the least, over Marcus Smart. Again, these guys are very, very set in their ways. I had a discussion with the Lakerholics for 4 hours on Nick Smith Jr. 4 hours on Nick Smith Jr. that I didn't want. And Joe earlier today. And Joe, I'll just say this again. I don't know what there else left to do. The back half of the roster is just so bad. Again, I think this team can win this first round series against the Rockets with what they have, but they have to be very careful about how they use the rotation because, like you said, if it gets to Bronny, if it gets to Nick Smith Jr. and they are playing more than 10 minutes out there, it could be a lot of trouble for the Lakers, Joe.
Yeah, it's not the depth isn't there already with those guys still playing, but meaning Luka and Austin. LeBron is going to have to come in with everything he's got, and you also have to hope that he doesn't blow a tire either. And everybody's got to do their job. That's it. DeAndre Ayton, ever since the Chris Gohan thing, he's been playing well. He got called out, and no one's talking about that. No, it's JJ. JJ's this, JJ's that. How about when JJ called out both those guys for stuff we've been saying they've been doing all year, and not one word, not one single word about that. Everybody just forgot it. That's fake. See, that is fake. You want to know what fake is? Trust me, I know what fake is. You see fakeness every moment of the day when you go to the store, when you go to work, when you converse with people. Fake. Fake is everywhere. And if you're gonna be real, you have to interpret what you're seeing and translate it. That's what makes you a human being. That's what makes you an intelligent being. And I'll give you an example. You guys have heard us talking about LeBron James lately and how happy we are about how he's been playing, when we haven't been saying a lot of nice things about LeBron before that. It has nothing to do with us. We're interpreting what we're seeing. And if you can't see when someone does do something well, if you can't be honest and not fake, and I'm gonna use real world stuff here, guys. You all have siblings, parents, wives, boyfriends, whatever, whoever and whatever you are. I'm talking to the ladies too. Do you like everything your family, your friends do? No, you don't. You criticize sometimes. This is no different. So if you're going to shit on JJ Redick for having back-to-back 50-win seasons with a defragmented team, really, didn't have an identity for a while there, then what do you want him to do? Win 60 games? What do you want him to pull 7 wins out of his ass? Like, where do you want him to get those wins? From where? Remember, we got DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart for free. NBA players that get sent off aren't usually going to be the players that you hope them to be. Now, they've come around and they've been huge assets, but they're not those guys. They're not Chet Holmgren. They're not Jalen Williams. They're not. You think Oklahoma City would just let Chet Holmgren go? No. Jalen Williams? No. So my advice to any of you out there that can't think, Jay, listen, I need you to turn your hearing aid up. We're going to see what happens, just like we've been talking about all year. We're going to play it. We're going to watch it game by game and appreciate what we're watching. The effort is there. You cannot look at what you've seen the last few weeks, last month, whatever, and not respect that these guys have been playing their asses off. And JJ's been coaching his ass off. And the fact that he told DeAndre Ayton, your ass needs to stop freaking dropping balls. How the hell would anyone argue against that? How? And it's amazing because why are we patting him on the back for doing that? That's how bad it is. That I have to go out of my way to say JJ is great at telling somebody what's going on. No, that's what he's supposed to do. It's freaking basketball at the highest level. He's a head coach. You're supposed to start yelling at each other when things don't go right. You think Phil didn't? Dude, you know how many times I saw Phil Jackson screaming at Kobe? There's a video of Kobe doing this while Phil is just unleashing on him during a championship season too, by the way. And what Kobe was doing is nobody was talking. Nobody was talking. That was his response. You don't think Phil was messing with Shaq sometimes too? Come on, guys. Y'all need to grow up. That's what you need to do. You all need to grow the fuck up. You guys have been in this current swirl of fucking piss where one little thing has to ignite into something stupid just because of feelings. Feelings change depending on what's coming at you. Right now, what's coming at us as Laker fans is we have a team that's playing their ass off, and we need to sit there and tell everyone that's too stupid to know that you need to support that. Win or lose. That's it. That's my sermon for the night.
Once again, it is the Lakers Fast Break. It is Joe Sorrell.
I really like that hat, John.
Thanks, brother.
That's a nice hat, actually.
I've been wearing it as of late.
Yeah. I will get that over to you soon.
Good man is here indeed. It is the guy who gets you that 3-minute report on Lakers Corner. It is John Costa. John, good to have you here. The Lakers win. Easy game. Nice way to end the season with 3 easy games in a row. Unfortunately, we didn't get our way with Denver. So the Lakers start on Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern against the Houston Rockets. Your thoughts? The Lakers also gave Nick Smith Jr. the second time around the opportunity to become a Laker as far as a full contract is concerned. Yes, he didn't like it so much the first time. He said, "Oh, well, I know I jilted you for another, but I dumped her. Sorry, Kobe Buffkin. So I'm coming to you now, Nick. How about that? How about it? Okay. All right. Sweet. Glad to have you on board. But with that, my friend, your thoughts on the Lakers. I know that there's already some in the chat, as Joe and I have addressed already, that the Lakers, they've already given up hope. They've already thought that it's a done deal with the Lakers are out as far as not being able to finish anything because Luka and Austin aren't there. Your thoughts, my friend. Is it totally a done deal that the Lakers are not going to be able to win any kind of games or win a playoff series without them?
I'm not going to say it's a totally done deal, but our margin of error just becomes a lot more slimmer. And I think that's difficult because we know that how role players play much worse on the road. Good thing we have home court advantage, but nonetheless, it's still going to have to touch those road games, and so we know how role players play much worse on the road. And then again, just like I mentioned, it just becomes the margin of error becomes a lot smaller. So these little mistakes that we have, like when we get up big and then we get complacent and then we allow the other team to get back into the game, these are little margins of errors that if we do that once or twice, that may cost us an entire game, and cost us an entire game could now put us even more, at risk to lose a series. So to answer your question, Gerald, I don't nearly feel as confident as I did. I mean, clearly, we all feel more confident with our best 2 players here on this team. But what I will say is that it's not that all hope is done, just because there is some slither of hope. But I just think that it becomes a lot smaller, and our margin of error becomes so much smaller. And I don't see, and that's the only thing though, Gerald, I don't see, if you ask me, do you see us, shrinking down that margin of error and not making those mistakes? I would like to say in a couple of games, but throughout a whole entire 7-game series, it becomes tough. And then also with, the Rockets, a big thing with the Rockets that, like, when we had Luka and AR, is that if they wanted to make this a shootout, if they wanted to make it a slugfest and like, all right, let's see who is going to put the ball in the bucket more, put the ball. Who's going to score more? With Luka and AR, I felt great about that. But if they want to go bucket for bucket and they have a Kevin Durant and we have a 41-year-old LeBron James, yeah, he may be able to go bucket for bucket with Kevin Durant for about one game, maybe two, but throughout an entire 7-game series, I don't know. I wouldn't if I was a betting man. I just unfortunately wouldn't put my money on that, Gerald. But what I'll say is you can't just come into the series saying, "Oh, there's no hope." If you do that, then you're cooked. So then don't come into the series saying, "Oh, there's no hope. There's no hope," because that's just not how sports goes. You need to know that there's some glimmer of hope, and you got to fucking believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, then no one's gonna believe in you.
Thank you, El Rosto, for the super chat. Truly appreciate it. And also, thank you, El Rosto, as well, for sponsoring this contest, because this is going to my man Tufso, who won our contest at the beginning of the show that we did as far as the drawing is concerned. So congratulations to Tuff on that, courtesy of at Tripto Shop right there on social media. If you want one like it, go ahead and make sure you reach out on that. But also here today is a good man indeed. Yeah, no worries. Okay, yeah, I got you squared away, Joe. Oh, good man indeed. It is, of course, the man behind, of course, I Got Next Sports Media. By the way, big shout out to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Yo, I'll try to work out a schedule too, because I know you want me on your show as well. I'll see if I can pop on there as well. But I did promise this man we would do a preview at some point in time on Monday, I believe, or whenever he can. It is, of course, the legend himself, legend from I Got Next Sports Media, Mission 24. Thank you so much as well for truly appreciate the super chat. I also wanted to give a big shout out to Steinbauer, because I know he said hello to us, and I didn't see that comment, so I apologize for not seeing it. But Steinbauer, thank you for your support this season. Thank you to everyone who has supported us. And as I said at the beginning of the show, thank you to these three guys as well for being on here so much this season. But legend, let me bring it back to you, my friend. The Lakers do get Houston the first round. I know you and I will get heavy into the playoffs when we speak next. Joe and I said the Lakers. Well, last year, JJ got a lot of flack as far as for not using his rotation. In fact, in one half, in the second half, when it mattered the most, he did not use a rotation. It was just the starting lineup. Well, with Luka and AR not available, at least for now, his options are not abundant. And Joe and I are clearly on the same page that if you're seeing Bronny or a Nick Smith Jr. come in there with any substantial time in a substantial part of a playoff game, it does not bode well for the Los Angeles Lakers. But I'm not discounting the fact that they might still have a chance to pull this off.
I will definitely say he will have to definitely use that bench this time, because you have no choice. That's for sure. But yeah, I agree with Joe on that part. If I have to see Bronny play major minutes, Nick Smith major minutes, I kind of have to be honest and say good luck with that. Cause I'm like John, I would not bet my money on how this may play out. Truthfully, if you can get it to 6 games, to me you did dang good with what you got. But
if you get it to 6 games, then the possibility of a Luka or an AR may be able to come back. Because remember, they don't go every day after. There will be gaps in that playoff schedule.
That would be the Lakers' best chance to get them back. Going into this series, not having neither one, this could be pretty fast. But I will not sit here and not give LeBron James a shot. No, I'm like John. LeBron's gonna get you one. He's gonna get you one. If they would have got swept or something, even I'd be like, shit, I didn't see that coming. But he gonna at least get you one. With what he got. But the thing I would definitely say is I wouldn't feel good knowing I have to trust Bronny and Nick Smith, them guys who you ain't been in this situation before. This is a whole different beast. Them lights are a lot brighter. This is the time when you start to see guys are that young to probably make a lot of mistakes. And Houston has a lot of issues. They have a lot. They're not good at closing. Their offense definitely gets stagnated. But if I was on the Houston side of things, it's kind of worked out good. I got an unhealthy Lakers team who's gonna be probably playing a lot of guys who anywhere else probably would not be on the court in this situation. So this can go either way. But like John, I would not bet no money on this series. I wouldn't. This is a series I would bag away from. I would run away from this one. This is almost like begging to lose your money.
I think that's universal legend because Joe, I think, started it off with saying he doesn't have a beat on the series. I don't either. I really don't either because Houston looks like the favorite, should be the favorite. And then again, they've not played at various points in the season like a favorite. And, you know, the Lakers, they schemed Kevin Durant for 4 quarters, 2 in one half, 2 in the other. You find the right formula against them because they're not exactly, you know, well stocked at the playmaker position themselves, like the Los Angeles Lakers legend, and that could be a problem. It could be a way for you to lengthen out the series and possibly steal it if that's the case.
That's the part I would be like, I would be so iffy on. If I was betting money, I would be afraid to bet on Houston because of the fact you know what works. You know how to beat them. You trap KD. You basically just causing turnovers left and right. This is the same team that did all that. The only difference is there's no Luka and there's no AR. That's the biggest difference. You have the formula to beat them, but the fact that you got to go like 4, even 5 games without them, it just you're really squeezing a lot at the limit on this one. Like you're getting a lot of juice out of the young boys, and I don't know. To me, the first 2 games is gonna probably tell the whole series. How they do. LeBron's gonna show up, and I think Marcus Smart gonna show up. After that, I don't know. We'll see how Aiden looks. You know, we'll see how Luke them do. But it's them young guys. I'm really skeptical about. You know, that's what Houston might can take advantage of, and you know, man, to sneak out this series knowing that they got some issues themselves. So we're gonna see. But they got the formula. You know how to beat them. It just can you do it with these young kids?
Yes, Craig. They lengthened it to 7-game series a few years back. De Niro reasons, of course. Go ahead, John.
De Niro. No, Gerald, I was going to say, somebody commented on Instagram on my 3-minute recap and brought up a good point. He said that, like, you know, realistically, even though we are a higher seeding, all the pressure is on the Rockets here. Granted, they are the better team, right? Like, I mean, without Luka and AR out there, but
they should be the favorite team.
They should be the favorite, right? So all the pressure is on them. I also seen somebody else here comment that in the chat here. So whoever said that, they said like Lakers are kind of playing with house money in a way, which it could seem like that, but the media won't portray it like that. If we lose, they're like, "Oh, what an upset of a seat! Oh, you guys let down."
No, it's the truth. It's the truth.
Yes. No, Gerald, you know the media. You know how the media is going to try to cook us. I agree that it's not true. I know. We all here know because we watched every single Lakers game this season. But what I'm telling you is we know how the media is going to turn this and cook this. But I just wanted to add that. You know, I just think that they'll definitely be able. The Lakers should feel like, yeah, hey, fuck it, we're playing with house money. And what's up, Deshaun? Thanks for being here, brother. Hope you're having a good day.
Joe, let me bring it back to you. And once again, the Lakers win 131-107. Again, with this matchup coming up to you right here in 6 days, the Lakers. What do you think JJ can do? Because we've actually seen, like I said, in 2 games on the road in Houston, you have seen where the Lakers can scheme Houston Rockets in such a way that it befuddles them. It got them all messed up. It got them disoriented, and it got the Lakers 2 wins. So this guy, this JJ Redick, this coach that is much maligned in the past couple of weeks. I mean, for a guy that's won again 2 50-win seasons, is he the greatest coach out there? No. Is he the worst coach out there? Certainly not. The guy has 2 50-win seasons, but you guys have been on his case ad nauseum at times, somewhat unfairly. I'll leave it at that. But be that as it may, can he throw enough schemes, junk defenses, things that will throw off an Ime Udoka and the rest of the Houston Rockets, as far as is concerned, Joe, for over a 7-game series?
He's going to have to shorten his rotation to probably 6 if if he wants to have a shot. 7 might push it because that means you got to play either Jared Vanderbilt or Bronny
Can't
or
even
something.
say. You can't even say.
Yeah.
Can't even say.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. It's gonna. 6 players are gonna have to really focus on this, and even that 7th player is gonna be a tough one. You know, I'm talking about Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes struggles in the playoffs because he can easily be neutralized because he can't really guard outside. He's been amazing though in the regular season the last few years, but playoffs is just different.
What about Jake LaRavia?
LaRavia, why I think he'll be fine. He might not hit shots, but his hustle's been there. He's got a good timing with the rebounds lately. He's winning all the 50-50s. He has a place here. It could blow up in his face because it's too much, but he's at least doing the intangibles. I just wish he would hit those open shots at this point,
or even just shoot it, Joe. Or even just shoot it. That's the thing. You got to keep it honest. Sometimes he's scared to even shoot it, which is my issue with him. And I've said this literally since the day one of this season, and it's documented. Still,
if he's scared of shooting, I'd rather him not shoot then, and just keep doing what he's doing. Because if he's not confident, he's not going to make the shot. So you might as well try to do the best he can and make sure you give it to somebody that's going to make it.
It's a great point. Or you could just be confident because you're in the NBA. Get your shit.
I'm sure we could say that about anybody in the world. Hey, just be confident.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. But I mean, Jake,
Nick Anderson, just hit one of these free throws and you win game 1.
But shit,
and Orlando probably wins the championship. But that's not how it works.
He should be able to control, though. You should definitely be able to control your confidence. You got to tell yourself you're that guy every single day.
That's a whole different beast. I don't know. Mental is mental, man. Some people can find it, some people can't. I mean, I watched Alex Rodriguez play baseball for a long time, one of the greatest talents I've ever seen, and more often than not, he couldn't click into that confidence part of things. He left a lot on the table. Let's just put it that way.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay. Well,
and Yankees had playoff teams for years when he got there, and it took too long for him to win one. And even then, it was like he wasn't really the guy winning. You know, it was somebody else. So even as great as a talent as you can be, a lot of times that doesn't work. Some people just don't click at the right moment. And then the balance is, well, we got somebody else here that's not as talented, but is always clutch. But then the talent is important too. You need talent and clutch. It sets you apart, like athleticism sets you apart. I've said this a few times. The energy that you expend because you're not athletic it takes its toll. That's why guys like Austin are hurting right now, and in a lot of ways even Luka, because Luka hasn't been in shape for a while, right? This was the first year where he was in shape, where he had to get into shape the way he did. When your body goes through not being in shape, and then you go through this fast pace getting in shape situation, that's actually worse for you. These guys that go up and down when they're let's say boxers or wrestlers, it takes its toll. A lot of the reasons why Floyd Mayweather, in my view, the reason why he never got tired and kind of beat people after the 3rd and 4th round is because he never went 180 to down to 147 or 140, 153. Like, he was always 150 and then 147, 153, depending on the weight class he's on. That takes a toll when you're 180, 170, go down, 180, 170, go down. Like, it takes its toll.
It's hard for the body to carry that.
The body, hell, even actors that do that stuff, it affects them. Christian Bale said he screwed up his system very bad by doing the whole get fat, get skinny for all his movies.
That's crazy.
It's just the body is meant to be, especially for a professional athlete, it's meant to be at an optimum level all the time. You look at LeBron James, for example. Besides the fact that he's got the genetics of a god, because there's no way that's normal. Like, guys like him, guys like Karl Malone, guys like John Stockton. We're talking about guys that just their body just can handle anything. And he only will maybe lessen the weight a little bit. He's still big, but he'll lessen the weight a little bit, which is fine. Make you go faster as you get older. You want a little bit lighter weight, but he's always been in shape his whole career. And what these guys need to do, and this is something I would tell Austin. I said, listen, I know you like golf. I'm not telling you not to go golfing, but your ass better be stretching every day instead of me seeing that farmer tan on your ass every fucking other day. Your ass needs to be stretching and getting better if we're going to sign you. There's no reason for Austin Reeves to have oblique issues at his age. He should be in better shape.
Legend, let me get it to you. And once again, it is, of course, the Lakers winning 131-107. They're 53-29 on the season. That's what they finish off. And of course, their first round matchup is against the Houston Rockets coming up on Saturday. The guys here will hopefully be here to host the post game because I will be at WrestleMania. So I will have to watch from my phone while you guys are going to go ahead and do that. And so go ahead and put Joe here on the sidelines while he goes and takes that call. Legend, I want to bring it to you, my friend. The DeAndre Ayton experience has been a wonderful one, and we now can fully sympathize and empathize with those in Phoenix and Portland on going through the DeAndre Ayton experience. He did close up today against the Utah G Leaguers, 22 points and 10 rebounds, of course, and 3 block shots. So, of course, Legend, he's going to do well today. Also shout out to Rui Hashimura, who had 22 and 10 himself. LeBron had 18 and 6. So with that, and I will talk about Luke Kennard here in a second because I know he supposedly hurt his hand, so I'm hoping it'll be nothing serious, but it's not been made mention at all on Twitter. So I know that a couple of people have asked me about it. Been trying to look for the past few minutes. I've seen nothing as of yet. But Legend, let me ask you this on the DeAndre Ayton experience. We will have to experience it more in the postseason. How do you think it will go, my friend, in Houston? Or against Houston, I should say.
He should be able to come out there and give you some good minutes. He has to step up because there's no Luka, there's no AR. Out of everybody on that team that need to be able to produce a lot more than they normally do, Aiden's going to be one of them. He really need to give you 20 and 10 right now. You know, that would help a lot. That would at least just about cover like when Austin is there. They're like covering his production. He really need to give you that. But he needs to make sure that his efforts is available. We need to know that he's on the court and not be watching the game and be like, oh, I forgot you even out there. You ain't really getting no rebound. I don't sense your presence. He has to have a presence out there. You got to go out there and make Şengün work. Make him work. You got to go out there and, you got to be something. Clint Capella going to probably be on the court. So you don't let Clint Capella come out here and outplay you in this playoff series. To me, this whole series is going to be really, really looking at can he show up? They need you. If there was ever a moment that you really want to show your value, it's right now. It's right now. The team needs you badly. If you go out here and get outplayed, you pretty much like dead weight to the team at this point because it ain't like you got much left to go to. He's gonna be huge in this series. You need him. You need him to show up. Because if I see old man Clint Capella out here outdoing you, you should be out of the league at this point. Because that makes no sense.
Especially after you called him out during the season. Out.
Like you got to show up, man. You got to.
Shout out Tough, and Tough wildly misspelled Şengün's name, but that is true. Şengün is going to give Ayton problems because Şengün is so he operates out of that post so well.
He's so crafty.
Yeah, he's really crafty out of that post, and I think that Aiden's gonna have a really hard time with that. And then even on top of that, to be honest with you, I think even our help defense, like Şengün, is honestly a very, very light Jokic, because I don't want to be disrespectful to Jokic because Jokic is just on an absolute another dimension, but he's on like a very, very light Jokic. So it's about the backdoor cuts. It's about those baseline backdoor lobs. Like those are all the things that like are defense is gonna have to be on tip about because tell you what, bro, Aiden one-on-one with Sengun is gonna be it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem, and then that's when the doubles come, and then when the doubles come, that's when these backdoor cuts come, these lobs come from the backside. So
that's when you get ran out the gym at that
that's
point.
when you get ran out of the gym, right? That's when you get ran out of the gym. What did Nick T say? LA
Nick T says in the super chat, LA will beat Rockets easily unless JJ does a 7-man rotation like last year, gassing his starters. LeBron will be holding back all year long to appease Luka ball hogging system.
That's kind of crazy.
He's always got to get a Luka shot in there. He's always got to get a Luka shot. That's what Nick T does.
That's kind of crazy.
Again, I'm not I don't know what you do. You know, again, the Lakers after man number 6. I'm not a big fan of Laravia either. You know, just because your best ability is availability and try hard and work hard doesn't mean it's all that effective because everybody will be trying hard in the postseason. So after man number 6, there's some serious questions, John, about how far this team goes. And I understand it would be great to play an 8-9 man rotation in the playoffs, but as Joe said, if you're playing Bronny James and Nick Smith Jr. out there in meaningful minutes in the playoffs, that's not a good sign. Or Jared Vanderbilt. Yeah.
That's a huge problem. That's remember when Kyle Kuzma was on his team and he was like, barbecue, if you guard me, that's barbecue chicken. If anybody sees Bronny out there, if anybody sees Nick Smith Jr. out there, that's gonna be barbecue chicken.
Kyle Kuzma, he changed and became a decent defender for the period of time that the Lakers went on their championship run.
I'm talking about Kyle Kuzma said that to somebody back when he was on the Lakers.
Well, he was a street cone. He was a traffic cone for the first years up until leading into that championship year, John.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And then he became a traffic cone again once he got his money. But that's besides.
So Kuzma was So he basically, so I just say that to say, you know, little Lakers throwback. He was saying that, hey, bro, if you guard me, it's gonna be barbecue chicken, and that's exactly how teams are gonna be feeling when you know they see, if they see a Bronny James out there, if they see a Nick Smith Jr. out there. I mean, shoot, even at times if they see a Luke Kennard, like I love Luke Kennard for what he could bring on the offensive end, but as we all know, you know, the defensive end is what really worries me. But honestly, I just like my biggest point, and this is what I'm going to harp on. I'm going to do a preview video on my channel too. But like my biggest point is really going to be that Sengun Aiden matchup, because I really think Sengun is going to dominate that matchup, forcing us to send a double. And if we send a double, then that's when we're really going to get killed on these backdoor cuts. And exactly how Denver beat us. Remember when Denver smacked us around a couple years in the playoffs? It's going to be a similar. I don't think the series is going to go similar that way, but I'm just saying the game is going to play out like that as far as the way we were guarding Jokic to the way that we're going to have to guard Sengun, because he's just really crafty out that post and might force a double. And I think doubling in the post is probably one of the worst things you can do in basketball, in my opinion, especially with a passing big like that.
You okay, Joe? You're not feeling well? Are you
I'm
feeling
fine.
Okay? Okay, because
my throat's a little groggy because I was doing a Macho Man impression. This is the third time this has happened.
That'll do it.
Macho
yes,
Man?
I don't do that anymore. I do not do it because that is done to my voice as well. Yeah, no, I will not.
Yeah, this is the third time it's happened. I thought maybe it would get used to it. No, I actually ended up messing it up now. Worse.
No. I have no idea how he did it.
So I can know what this is supposed to sound like.
You don't know who
I know who Macho Man is. I know he's a WWE.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's like,
justifiably in a position I'd rather not be in.
Don't hurt your voice. Don't hurt your voice, man.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it where I'm not.
And he did it
reverberating
off and on the air, John. This man did it his entire life, and that's how he sounded. And it was just like, yeah, you try to do it for a little while, and your throat it goes to marble. But Joe said he doesn't get sick. That's what I was. That's why I was leading.
Yeah, I don't. Do I look sick?
Sick gets Joe. How about that?
He doesn't believe in sickness.
No, sickness is a waste of my time. I don't
really care for that too
much.
That's what that works like.
So again, you and I don't have a good read. I don't think any of us have a good read on this series 100%. Yes, Houston should be favored, will be favored, but they have weaknesses that the Lakers can exploit because they've already have experience in exploiting that already, Joe, in their time in Houston not too long ago.
There's just not enough bodies I wouldn't worry too much about Houston or Minnesota or maybe to some degree even Denver. The problem is, even if they get past Houston, are they going to be able to have a chance at the next level?
Which and Luka is going to be so much behind schedule to where everybody else is.
You ain't gonna be 100% when you get back.
They
So,
just
Do you bring him back, Joe? Do you bring him back?
I don't think he's going to Europe and doing all he's doing not to come back.
It's a good point. Honestly, it's a really good point.
Good point.
It's a really good point.
Stefan Piscano.
They're talking about him coming back this week. I don't know if it's true. I know sometimes
I heard rumors.
Okay, hold on. So we're all a long time. Okay, we're all going to be Laker fans today and 1,500 fucking years from now. So how do we feel about that? Because that's like on some could fuck up the future if he comes back a little bit too early. Do y'all feel like that?
It's not like he's playing on a torn ACL or something. No,
anything could get worse though. Playing.
Yeah, this is a hamstring pull.
Gordon, take a look at what happened to him because he played on it and it was bad and it messed up this season for him. So I think that's what people are
Luka is going to have to
for Aaron Gordon
this summer. He spent all of last summer off season getting himself in the best shape that I think he'd ever been in, and he needs to continue to get in better shape. His lifestyle has to change. There's no other way. You hear, let's say LeBron get hurt in his 80th season. That's different. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you didn't hear LeBron pulling a hammy. I know he had some cramps in 2014, but LeBron also has that excuse machine behind his back. I don't think it was a real injury, but a real injury. This is the hamstrings and groins can't happen to a elite athlete. It can't. That cannot happen. A torn ACL, a torn Achilles, yes, that's from wear and tear of killing yourself to play. I totally get that. But come on, really? A pulled hamstring? You can't. Luka Doncic cannot have this injury again. And if he feels like, hey, look, I gotta prepare for the next one and make sure it doesn't happen again, okay, I guess we're roll with it. But I just soft tissue stuff cannot happen. I'm sorry, it cannot happen to the elite athletes that are game changers and history changers. Luka is a history changer. Luka is going to start hearing the noise a little bit more here in the next year or two about winning championships. You're not on 5 first all NBA teams and Western Conference Finals MVPs and scoring titles. By the way, did they approve his request?
What?
No word yet.
No word yet. If they're taking this long, it sounds like they may say yes.
On the 65 game thing?
Am I wrong on that?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was feeling too.
Because if they didn't want it, they would have just said no right out of the gate, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Shams will be blasting it out there as soon as
they
get
they
this
do.
finished.
I'll tell you what.
The important part here is these guys need to understand what they're getting into, and this comes back again to Austin Reeves. He wants max money, right? Are you going to pay $45 million for someone who's got golf in his? I know Jordan played golf a lot, but Jordan also showed up to the games 82 times a year, plus playoffs. It's a different game. You can do whatever you want, by the way.
Showing up every time.
Dennis Rodman. Do whatever you want.
Dennis Rodman.
But it's showing up. If you're showing up to the A job, you can do whatever you want. You can go do jumpy jacks all across the country with Forrest Gump. I don't care. But you got to show up for the A job. I'm just saying, man. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with this soft tissue shit. I'm sorry. This thing needs to stop, and Luka needs to. And for those who are saying that, well, now the ball's spreading out. Well, I mean, is it about wins or spreading out, making your feelings better?
It's about wins or playing the young guy.
It's 15-2. They were playing Luka ball for 17 games in March and won 15 of them.
Thank you, Joe. And
so what exactly are we talking about here? What difference does it make what it is?
Because I hate when people say shit like that. It's like, oh wow, like look, now the number one scoring option is off the team, and look how many people are getting more shots. Yeah, no fucking duh. Like, what the fuck? Like anyone that says that, I just know that you blatantly just don't understand the sport. I hate when people say shit like that. Yeah, of course the ball is spreading out more. The man who averaged 33 points per game, who led the league in scoring, yeah, he's not in the game. Somebody's gonna have to fill in that gap for scoring and getting up those shots. I just had to add that because I've heard that so much. And you also hear that even when like LeBron's not, and they're like, oh man, they're sharing the ball so much more. It's like, yeah, LeBron is shit takes a lot of shots. You take him out of the game, a lot more people are gonna get the ball. And it pisses me off, especially when they say something like that with Luka, because it's like, okay, would you rather us just share the sugar so everybody can be happy, or let Luka Doncic do what Luka Doncic does, is that essentially gives us an advantage every single time down court, and then we can play off of that.
Once again, it is the Lakers getting the win today, 131-107, 53-29. Overall in the season, fourth place in Western Conference. They meet up against the Houston Rockets on Saturday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And we'll have the post game for you here, right here on the Lakers Fast Break. Thank you to Stefan Piscano for the Stefan Piscano podcast. He actually stopped by recently on the NBA Observations. He said, Gerald, Joe, and team, which would be John and Legend right there for you. Thank you sincerely for a fun season of Lakers basketball. Appreciate you all. And reminder tomorrow that the 10-year anniversary of Kobe's final game, the 60 points, which you have a video of, I know, on your channel, Stefan Piscano. So go ahead and check it out, guys, what he's got there, and like and subscribe while you're there as well. Salute LFB and rest in peace, Kobe. Indeed. Yes. Fond memories of that day, indeed. You knew who was going to get the ball. You knew who's going to shoot the ball. Indeed. Yes. He went down.
Speaking of fake people, all those people that were dogging Kobe because they said, well, he needed 50 shots to get 60. I hope you hit your toe at night walking to the fridge.
Ooh,
on the end table.
I hope it hurts. Real bad.
See, everyone knows that
I've
feeling.
done that hurts. The edge of the bed. I do that all the time with my feet. Legend, let me get it to you. Nick T.
Nick T saying the Lakers are going to win and fight because he wants to say something about Luka afterwards. Yeah,
he put that. See, that's what he does.
You think we're stupid? You think we don't know what you're doing there, Nick?
He puts that aside. But now he thinks without Luka and without Austin, he thinks the Lakers will win.
Let a man dream. Let a man dream. Fuck it.
Go ahead, Legend. Your thoughts on this?
It's gonna be an interesting series. This gonna be one to really watch, because I have no idea how this is gonna play out. I wouldn't bet no money on this series. I love to bet money. My girlfriend, I tell you, I love to gamble. You got to pull me from that casino table. I'm gonna be like, hit me every time.
And are you coming to Vegas this year?
I'm hoping to, because I want to take her out to the West End to see her sister.
All right, she better keep a good eye on you. That's all I'll say. I'll try to when I'm around you. It's just where'd Legend go? Where'd Legend go? The casino's down the street. Why
at the slot machine?
The Thomas and Mack Arena or Northern Cox Pavilion has slot machines in there. I just want to let you know. So yes, that's about the only place in Las Vegas that does it. But your thoughts, my friend? Again, you don't see a clear winner in this. I understand it, but if the Lakers were to go ahead and, in some cases, from some people, do the impossible, because a lot of people, there's been some really negative people in the chat as far as saying what the Lakers can't do it. Your thoughts on how they can. What do they need to do to win this series?
To win this series, the first thing I would say is look back at what you did when you first went to Houston. Look back at how you defended KD and the entire team. The trapping and everything, you have to do the same thing. You know they don't have a real point guard. That's the first thing. Take advantage of that part. You know they struggle very badly when it comes to being a very tight game. You've been a very good team in clutch. You take advantage of those moments. As long as the games are close, you're still in business. The other thing that you need to do in order to win this series, to have a shot at it, you're going to need these others to really step up. You're going to need Luke Kennard. I need you to take a little more shots than normal.
I hope his hand's okay, though. But yeah, he left early in today's game with supposedly a hand injury. A lot of people were talking about noticing it, but nothing on Twitter right now about it. So he just said he wouldn't be available for the second half along with LeBron, and they didn't mention anything else, Legend.
Another thing I would say, too, I need Marcus Smart to not just be able to play good defense. I need you to knock down some jump shots too, man. You're going to have to knock some down. And you got to please the God stay healthy. You can't afford to go down. You can't take any more injuries at this point. Because if that is true, that happened to Luke, man, that does hurt too. You need Jake LaRavia to still remember how to shoot a jump shot. You got to be able to still remember. You got to be able to knock down that shot. You need Aiden to be a. You in the NBA for God knows, man. I know some high schools who can make these jump shots. I know you can do it.
Come on, man.
I know you can do it, man. And then lastly, the biggest, most important to me is if we are finna see some of these young boys step in the game, don't crack under pressure. Don't crack under them bright lights in the playoff. Playoff, regular season, they ain't the same. But they need you. They need you. LeBron's going to show up. He's going to show up. He's going to give you everything he got. It's the rest of you got to show up. That, to me, would be the key in order to pulling off this upset, get this series, stretch it out long enough to where maybe Luka or Austin Reed, one of them, show back up. It give you enough time. But God knows don't lose both your first home games, or otherwise this might be over pretty quick.
So there you have it. Some great thoughts from some great guys right here. And before we head on out, I'm going to get some final thoughts from each, but they're also going to tell you where they need you to go ahead and support them as well. Pinty says, why play Luke Kennard when his finger is already injured? Well, I think they took care of that, Pinty, as far as bringing him out once he got the injury. But thank you for the super chat. I know you're puzzled by that. But Joe, you saw the injury earlier with Luke Kennard. Again, nobody has said anything on it, which is either I should be okay with or very concerning. Because they're very mum on it and nobody said anything. No reporters asked JJ after the game. Nobody seemed concerned about it other than what the post was for the Lakers. Are you at all concerned that Luke Kennard might have suffered an injury, and why did he continue to play for a short time thereafter?
You're on mute, Joe.
I got him.
I didn't know of an injury until you just told me.
Yeah. Again, because he did hurt his hand early in the game, and I guess he played a little bit longer from what I saw with it until they decided to pull him up. But again, no posts, no nothing on it, nothing extenuating from it. All they said was that he and LeBron would not play the second half of the game.
Might be just getting them ready for game 1 on Saturday.
You heard what JJ said right before halftime. Just stay healthy. He knew what he was doing. He knew he was doing. That's injury prevention, I think.
We'll see what happens. I hope nothing happened to Luke Kennard. Again, I don't see anything on the internet as far as his condition other than right now what we can go by. But I'm hoping that doesn't change indeed. But before we get back to Joe and get back to Legend as far as him going ahead, I'm going to go ahead and send John on out because he's got a young lady waiting for him. John, your final thoughts on tonight, on the season, and also as well, what's going on with your channel, my friend?
Hey, man. 82-game season. We finished another one. Guys, Gerald, Joe, Legend, everybody that's here in the chat. Man, another season, y'all. Gerald, Joe, man, it's been like damn near, I think it's like the 4th season we've been like doing this shit. So another one, guys, another one in the books. Love doing this with y'all. And then as far as playoffs, hey, man, I think in a way we're playing with house money, even though we have a better record in Houston, even though we're a higher seed, we're playing with house money. We get to come into it with home court advantage. Let's hope that we can pull off those, those early games and, potentially stretch it to where, maybe we bring Luka back, because I like what Joe said earlier, they're not sending this guy to Europe to maybe not bring him back. My only concern is if he comes back, how much is he behind schedule? That's the biggest concern, but we will see. But in the meantime, if you want to support me and check me out, please do check me out on YouTube. It is Lakers Corner. I do 3-minute game recaps right there on my shorts, weekly shows. I'm gonna do a preview of this round 1 here probably sometime this week. Check me out on Instagram, Lakers_corner, and TikTok and Twitter is Lakers Corner 24. But besides that, guys, I appreciate all you guys being here. You guys are the best. And yeah, Drip Show, I gotta go put baby Lakers Corner to sleep. And just want to give you, just tell you a little something. My daughter had basketball practice. This is our 2nd season doing basketball, but like her first one, she was a little bit more like timid. She didn't really want to play as much. She fucking loves it, guys. And I'm the coach of the team, and like she already knows how to dribble, shoot, and all this stuff. It just makes me so happy, guys. And I know y'all like basketball, so
Wait. Let me hear that. Maybe I didn't hear that right. You said you're the coach of the team?
yes, I'm never letting anyone else coach my daughters
Oh, dear
ever.
God.
And guess what? I'm on some LeVar Ball shit. I'm there to help her get better.
Oh,
And
don't design her shoes, please.
no,
You'll destroy her knees.
I'm just there to help her get better and boost her confidence in every single possible.
Okay. If you do, what are you going to name it? CCCs?
No. I'm not. We're not making those shoes. We'll get shoes down the road when she is the
they are collectors.
highest paid female athlete.
Okay, fair enough indeed. But go ahead and check out John Costa, CCC, aka Teo, aka Teo. Chris, you didn't think I would put that in there. Teo, it is of course.
Oh, that's that baseball player, the Teo guy.
Yes, the Teo guy indeed. Actually, Chris at the beginning of the show told me to put that in there, so I thought I'd let it wait and let it simmer and throw it at you at the end. But it's of course John Costa at Lakers Corner. Go ahead and check out his 3 minutes report right there for you at Lakers Corner, and he said he's going to have a playoff preview coming right at you at Lakers Corner indeed.
Yes,
so looking
sir.
forward to it, John. Hopefully we can meet up during the week and do something as far as preview for the Lakers as well. But let me get it over to Legend and have a great evening and wish your young lady all the best, my friend.
All right, guys. See you.
So Legend, I bring it to you. Your thoughts on the season, my friend, about what kind of season it's been for you and experiencing here at the Lakers Fast Break. But what kind of season has it been for NBA fans through your eyes, my friend? And also, what are you doing on your channel before we head on up?
So I would say it has definitely been a good season. It's been good being with you fellas all this whole season. Man, it's been this to me. This season went by fast. It feel like it was just October. Now we in April, which thank God I'm gonna be out for the summer. Thank you, Jesus. But this has been a fast season, and I can definitely say it's one to remember. I feel like it was just yesterday when Luka was coming to y'all's team, and now he just completed a whole season with you guys. I say it's been one heck of a good season to me. It's been a lot of up and downs for everybody, but definitely proud to see how my Hawks turned it around doing their trade. See what happened with my Warriors over the summer and all. But it should be a good playoffs. Definitely should be a good playoff to enjoy as a basketball fan. Enjoy basketball all the way up to June, and let's see how the things play out, and then get to the real spicy stuff, which would be in the summer and all that. But if you want to check out the channel and then check out me and Gerald, we will definitely be doing some playoff predictions. I'm gonna send Gerald an email tomorrow to see what's good on his schedule, and then we're gonna definitely go over the playoff run and see how we think things will play out. But check me out on my channel, and we'll also be talking about the WNBA draft, which is this week. So we're gonna get ready to see how that's gonna play out, how things play out for my Atlanta Dreams, and see how my girl from LSU, Flage, see what she gonna land at, and see how everything plays.
It's the man you don't want at the blackjack table. It is, of course, Legend from I Got Next.
I'm gonna win all the money.
There you go. Stefan says he wants to play with blackjack with you. I've done all-nighters in blackjack here in Vegas. It's something. I'll leave it at that. But it is, of course, Legend from I Got Next Sports Media. Please go ahead and check it out today, and I will hopefully, with all goes well, be on there tomorrow or this week previewing the NBA playoffs with him as well. So I look forward to it, my friend, and we'll get that going for you. Just hit me up, let me know, we can schedule it out. But it is, of course, Legend from I Got Next Sports Media. Joe, I will leave the final thoughts for you on this season. The ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. I'm so glad that I got to experience it with all of you out there and all of you here. But Joe, what are you doing at the Joe Soro experiment? Even though Lakers Forever is, I don't know, maybe he's not figuring out why about your view count. But again, if you can try to incorporate that into the season that we just experienced, let me know before I.
Well, it's the show is gonna do what it does. There'll be resources to it when the time comes. My time it's not so much hectic. It's about the preciseness of it. And when you're focused on something, you got to go 100%. You got to make sure it's done right. Then once it's in a position where you can kind of pass it off to someone or delegate, then it's on to the next thing. And that's the only rift on the show, is I can't concentrate on the show more than I wish I could because of other things. And as time goes on, I'll do a show here, I'll do a show there, but ultimately, if I'm going to do this, I'd like to go all in and make it work. I just don't know yet how I want it to work either. I'm kind of in a holding pattern there. I just see every podcast out there look the same, and I don't want mine to be that way. And I don't also want the show to be just a bunch of just yapping. I want good stuff coming out of it, something productive, maybe something to where it enhances something. Maybe it's not possible. Maybe I might get to the conclusion where I can't do that, but I'm still finding out what I'm going to do, and we'll continue to do it. And I'm getting help from everybody, and I appreciate that. It's always been like this, but it's the volume is pretty much at peak right now. The nonsense around you is, especially as you get older, needs to be eliminated quick, and it could be a simple thing. That would be my advice to anyone who's listening. Do not put up with anything that is nonsense, and that's not something left to be interpreted a certain way. Nonsense is someone creating problems, and because a lot of people don't eliminate the problem, they deal with it and they deal with it and they deal with it until it jacks things up. You got to get at it early. That's something that that plays into all the decision making here. That's the most important thing here. And maybe it's easy for some of us because we're not, at least I'm not going to fake this out. I'm just not. It's either going to be genuine or it's not. And we're at a time now where everybody thinks everybody wants to listen to them. And then, of course, a lot of these people get validated due to certain marketing, or if they're whoring themselves online, or they're getting backed up by somebody. I don't want to be associated with people like that either. If we're sitting in the middle, that's where we're going to flourish. The people who criticize you for liking someone and criticizing you for not liking someone at the same time, that's where you want to be. That's exactly where I want to be.
So with that, it is the Lakers Fast Break. Truly want to thank Legend and Joe for being here. Please support their channels.
Actually, hold on a second, Gerald.
Oh, okay.
Stefan, I've never heard that before. Signal to noise ratio. What is that? I've never heard that before. That's interesting. Steve Jobs called that signal to noise ratio. When by the time you,
I got it. Steve Jobs' concept of the signal to noise ratio emphasizes prioritizing critical tasks while eliminating distractions, allowing for extraordinary productivity and focus.
So the focus part, and Steve Jobs had a reputation of being a little bit malice.
Now, let me finish this one. He said it's an 80-20 approach, Joe. Now, get this. It means dedicating 80% of his time to essential tasks and limiting distractions, the noise, to 20%. This principle guided his decision-making and productivity strategies throughout his career at Apple.
I would think 20% is too much, but he might be in a big enough area where he has to deal with it. Mm-hmm. The noise, believe it or not, is so avoidable if you're just got the balls to put them on the table. And you'll be criticized, you'll be called things. Your credibility is going to come from whom actually understand you. That's the key. For Steve Jobs, it's a whole different beast. I can't compare my situation to Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs revolutionized the world. As mundane as you think it is, it's not. Everything you do right now is because of him. all this phone stuff was because of him, or at least he's one of those people. And I think there's a great line, one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's about the first movie I'm actually excited about in years. I think since probably Dark Knight Rises. I know that's crazy to think 2012, that was the last time.
I still think that should have been a half hour shorter.
It should have been a better movie, but I think unfortunately, I think that Heath Ledger dying kind of ruined that third one, but that's just me. It might have not have been, but that's what I thought. The A Devil Wears Prada is one of my favorite all-time movies, and the sequel's coming out next month.
I know where you'll be May 1st.
Yeah, and she laughs at the stuff they're doing in one of the scenes. This isn't going to be a spoiler. It's just a scene in the movie. And she says, "Oh, you think this is not about you?" And then she went through all these stuff, all the things that people do throughout their life, going to a store and buying and looking and she put it in a way where she's like, everything you do on those days is because of people like me playing with a bunch of stuff. Everybody thinks they're unique. Maybe some of you are, but not really. You're not unique, because a lot of you everybody says the same story. This is why I mentioned being out there and talking to people and all that. Are you really unique? Are you one of those people that talks about, the wife, my kids, oh man, work and my boss? Probably not unique if you talk like that. If you got a problem with something, it's still America at the end of the day. You have the opportunity to change it. If you're somewhere else, I sort of get it. I know a lot of places out there are not, I guess, adaptable. But as long as you're in America and you don't like something, I'm living proof that you can eliminate the problem and go get the solution. But you're probably gonna have to work for it, though. You not want to work for it. I have a lot of friends of mine that bitch and whine all day, every day, yet they're still at the same job for 15, 20 years. Whose fault is it at that point? That's it. God, I didn't want to sound like I was doing a freaking TED Talk, but this has happened twice already tonight.
So for more, please check out Randy Macho Man Sorrow on the Joe Sorrow experiment.
Yeah.
Dig it.
Mm-hmm. I can't do it anymore.
Macho Man. Anyways, yes, it is the Joe Sorrow experiment. Please like and subscribe today if you can. But Legend, I know that before we end out, Arcarino dropped you some advice. It's a question on your advice on coaching as far as it's concerned. I'll phrase it the way he phrased it. Let me go ahead and bring it up to you. Legend, what are your favorite parts of being a coach, and what are the hardest things about being a coach? And do you enjoy developing your players before we head on out?
I would definitely say my favorite part about being a coach is seeing the kids grow. That's my favorite part. Seeing these kids grow, not just on the court or even my esports team I coach. I do in between both. Seeing my kids grow in both my sports that I'm coaching, but seeing them develop as men, that's the biggest part that I really love to see as a coach. Seeing these boys come into my program as boys, but when they graduate, like I got 3 seniors from my esports team finna graduate. One of them just got a scholarship to go play esport on the next level. So I done well with him. I developed him, but I saw him grow as a man as well. I saw him go from a boy to a man, and that's like the biggest thing that I love seeing as a coach. And then the hardest thing I would just say is definitely getting all the different personalities to come as one, as a team. You always going to have those few who, man, I'm too good. I ain't got to practice, man. I'm good. I got it. It takes a little minute to get them to realize, no, sir. You ain't as good as you think you is. So those are like a lot of the biggest things you got to go as a coach, dealing with all the personalities. And do I enjoy developing my players? I do. Developing them is my favorite thing as well. Seeing them develop, grow in what they love to do. When I had a chance to see that one of my players who plays Super Smash for my esports team, and I saw this kid go from a kid who I couldn't put into a playoff game back in 2030 to now 3 years later, I need you, man. I gotta have you starting in my starting lineup. He went from barely on the bench to now not only he's a starter, but now he's a star. And he just got a full ride scholarship to go play Super Smash on the next level. I can see that kid going pro in that game at this point. But that's what I love to see. Growing as a man, going from boy to man, and seeing their skills develop. And the other part I like to see, free education. You go get your education for free. You can't beat that. Go get your degree for free.
Yes, Kurt, I have seen the Randy Poffo. Is it Reds or Cardinals? Because I thought he was with the Cardinals.
Cardinals,
The
yes.
Cardinals.
He was with the Cardinals.
Yeah, so I've seen the Cardinals. I did not know he was with the Reds. I know he bounced around and toiled in the minor leagues for a little bit, Kurt. I haven't checked his baseball statistics.
He broke his. I heard he broke his arm. I can't remember if it was left or right, and then he ended up learning how to throw with the other arm.
Yeah, I've heard that too, and I do remember the Cardinals won, but I didn't remember the Reds. Let me go ahead and look that up. Randy Poffo, Reds. You're probably right. Yeah, he did play with the Cincinnati Reds, Joe. Yeah, actually, I see it now. Yep, I see it now. Yeah, there it is. He did play. He did have a card, Joe, with the Cincinnati Reds. So he did. Yeah, had a cup of coffee. So that's probably worth a lot of money. I'll say right now. So yeah, Kurt, I have now seen it. So thank you for bringing that to light, Kurt. Never doubt you. Should never doubt you, indeed, Kurt. But it is, of course, the Lakers Fast Break. I want to thank again Joe, John, and Legend for taking the time out of their day each and every day for this season that they were able to be a part of. Big shout out to everybody who stopped by as far as in our panels as well, Mark and everybody else, Vari, and just everybody that was a part of our panels this year, this season is truly appreciated. And then also big shout out to you there in the chat that were here each and every day, or if you just came by every now and then, or when you could, or if you watched us after the fact, or you listened to us after the fact, I am truly indebted to you for taking the time to do so. Also want to make sure and let you know I do host the Pop Culture Cosmos, which we'll be recording tomorrow morning, and we'll have that out there for the podcast outlets. And then also as well, Lakers Latest. Lakers Latest I host for the Fan Arc Network, and I've got a few episodes coming up this week, and that you will get at 8 o'clock in the morning on the Lakers Latest YouTube channel as well. But big shout out one last time for the winner of this Young Mamba skate deck, courtesy of Drip Show, courtesy of El Rosto, courtesy of Drip Show at wherever you get your at Drip Show Shop on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Because tough. So you are the winner of this, and we'll be getting you one of those very soon. So congratulations indeed. Congratulations to Tough. And thank you, El Rosto. Thank you to Drip Show Shop. Thank you for everyone who's been a part of our great season. And there's still more ahead. We still got shows coming up this week. We still got playoffs coming. Can the Lakers do it? What do they need to do? We will focus in on that, and we'll try to provide some clarity and some answers. Will Luka try to get healthy? Will he be back on the court sooner than later? Will Austin be back on the court sooner than later? All these questions hopefully will be answered in the coming days. Hopefully not weeks. That's not good if it's weeks. But if it's days and it gives the Lakers a chance to win, that's what we'd like indeed. But again, for Joe Soro and Legend and John Costa, it's me, Gerald Glassford. Thanks again for watching, listening. We'll be back this week with more good stuff coming at you. NBA observations, maybe a snack pack. Who knows what we will bring, but we'll bring it to you always right here at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
They did, Kurt.
That's all I can do right now. Uh-huh. You know what I'm talking about, Gene Okerlund.
Sorry, Legend. Definitely much to talk about with the Hawks right now.